least. Rich, Riska, and Ref have been instrumental in helping us materialize our dreams, and I'm sure with their continued support, youth will soon be extending frontiers of our organization, building a healthier and respected community in Rhode Island. Thank you all and enjoy the exciting lineup tonight. Thanks. So I welcome now our guest of honor tonight, Senator Jack Reed. And the introduction I'll read out to you. He's a champion of middle-class families in Rhode Island. He represents us in Washington, D.C. So give him a big, loud applause. Born in Cranston, Rhode Island, he graduated from LaSalle Academy in Providence. After graduating from the United States Military Academy at West Point in 1971, near the top of his class, and receiving an active duty commission in the Army, he earned a master's degree in public policy from Harvard John F. Kennedy School of Government. He also went on to earn a law degree from Harvard Law School in 1982. One of the highest honors and greatest privilege of Mr. Reed's life was commanding his fellow soldiers. He served as a professor at a U.S. military academy until August of 1979, when he resigned from the active duty as a captain. He continued serving in the U.S. Army Reserves until 1991, when he left the Reserves with the rank of Major. Mr. Reed served 3 terms in Rhode Island State Senate, where he focused on housing, children's welfare, and mental health issues. The people of Rhode Island then elected him to serve 3 terms in the U.S. House of Representatives. Today, Senator Reed is a national leader on consumer protection, defense, education, economic issues. He's led efforts to promote responsible budgets, create jobs, and strengthen our economy in Rhode Island. Today, Jack Reed continues to utilize the lessons he learned growing up in Cranston, which were deepened in the Army and tested in the halls of Congress, to stand up and speak out for the hardworking families who are the heart and soul of the country. So welcome Jack Reed, and he will have some few words to say here.
Well, thank you, Nikhil. It's very kind of you to say those wonderful things, but I'm delighted to be here to celebrate Diwali with this incredibly strong and incredibly productive Indian American community here in Rhode Island. Let me recognize my colleague in government, Congressman David Cicilline, and another extraordinary member of our delegation, David. Also, Representative Bob Lantier, who's so dedicated to the Indian American community. Thank you, Bob. I want to recognize the Indian American Rhode Island Association for putting this event on today. This is a celebration of your culture, but a culture that quickly is being absorbed into this great United States as we learn from our Indian neighbors. And we're here to foster strong ties between the United States and India. When I was with you last summer, I spoke about these deep ties that is binding us together. We have much in common. We were at one time British colonies, we struggled for independence, and now we're struggling on the world stage to work together to build a more prosperous, a more peaceful, and a more decent world. But today is about Diwali, the festival of lights. It's a time for joy and reflection. It's a time when millions across the globe are gathering with their families and their loved ones and celebrating in their own ways and collectively the triumph of light over darkness, of good over evil. And it's also a time to contemplate our blessings and those wonderful people in our lives, particularly our family. We in Rhode Island are extraordinarily lucky to have such a robust Indian American community that gives so much to us. We thank you for sharing your heritage, your history, your traditions. You continue to enrich our communities and our country with your incredible contributions. So let us all celebrate Diwali. Be firm in our belief that light will indeed conquer darkness, good will triumph over evil, and knowledge will prevail over ignorance. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Jack Reed. It was very kind, and we always thank you for your support. And thank you, Mr. Shah, for your Diwali greetings. We all know how much it takes to lead an organization that supports the community and does wonderful things in the state of Rhode Island. Thank you very much. I would now like to call upon Congressman David Cicilline to please give us his wishes. Congressman Cicilline serves Rhode Island's 1st Congressional District in the U.S. House of Representatives. He's a member of the House Democratic Leadership as the Chair of Democratic Policy and the Communications Committee. As the Chairman of the House Antitrust Subcommittee, Cicilline oversees an expansive portfolio of ensuring access to health care, keeping the courts open to consumers and workers, promoting innovation and economic opportunity through open and competitive markets. Prior to his election to Congress, we know Congressman Cicilline, who served 2 terms as the Mayor of Providence and 4 terms in the Rhode Island House of Representatives. He is a graduate of Brown University and the Georgetown University Law Center and resides in Providence. Thank you, David Cicilline, please.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful to be here with all of you to celebrate Diwali. So happy Diwali to everyone. And also to say to Nikhil Shah, the President of the Indian Association of Rhode Island, thank you for your leadership. To all the members of the committee and the Board of Trustees, thank you for the really important work that you're doing here in Rhode Island. Thank you to all of the volunteers who helped make this celebration possible, and to the wonderful performers who are here to share this beautiful dance and beautiful music. As has been said, Diwali is a Hindu festival of lights. We all know that, but it's a celebration that Hindus are celebrating all over the world to symbolize the spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. And sometimes I wish we had celebrations of Diwali in the Congress and in this country, because we could use a celebration of knowledge over ignorance and good versus evil. And I hope the spirit of this celebration, which is happening in places all across America, will help us realize the full potential of our own democracy. But it's also an opportunity just to say thank you to the beautiful Indian American community here in our state that has contributed so much. And you know, we are a better state because of the wonderful contributions of the Indian American community in all areas of our state, in business, in politics, in music, in education, in the arts. And when I think of all of the wonderful opportunities that I've had to enjoy not only the company of wonderful people from this community, but great food and great music and great dance, I know my life has been enriched so much by this community, as has been so many others in Rhode Island, so thank you. I'm also, should have said at the beginning, I'm always thrilled to be joined by my senior senator, Senator Reed, who is a national leader on so many issues, but has been a great colleague to me and a great friend, and also want to acknowledge Representative Lancey, who's with us today as well. But the celebration of Diwali is important also because it gives us an opportunity not only to say thank you to this great community, but to remember the really important ties between the United States and India. 2 countries that celebrate democracy. Of course, India has become the largest democracy in the world, and in so many ways has become an example to countries all over the world. And we're living in a time where I think you all know that democracies are under attack, and authoritarian policies and authoritarian personalities are on the rise in places all over the world. And so it's particularly important that great democracies show people the example of a different way. And one of the things that I know everyone in this room is very proud of is that when an election is held in India to vote for a new prime minister, over 550 million people make certain their voices are heard, which is a great expression of democracy. And it's something I think to have a lot of pride over, but it's also a reminder that if democracies are going to survive and flourish, they require the active engagement of all of the citizens of that democracy. And so I hope that in addition to celebrating Diwali in all the traditional ways, that we'll use it as our own celebration, those of us that are not Hindu, to remind us that part of this celebration is a celebration of citizenship and of democracy and of light over darkness and knowledge over ignorance. And that requires us all to fight hard to protect our democracy here and to protect democracies all across the world. Happy Diwali. Thank you again for including me. Enjoy this wonderful celebration.
Thank you, Congressman Cicilline. That was very kind of you. We now are presenting the Graceful Girls. The Graceful Girls is choreographed by Tanisha Garwal. Lord Hanuman is an incarnation of Lord Shiva, and the Hanuman Chalisa is a description of all his qualities such as strength, courage, celibacy, and his devotion to Lord Rama. Chanting his name blesses all his devotees with his grace. So enjoy Hanuman Chalisa by the Graceful Girls. That was indeed grateful. How many of you have heard Dance BFF? Most people in Rhode Island who enjoy performing or watching dance, especially Bollywood dance, know Dance BFF. It's almost synonymous now. Dance BFF offers a wide variety of dance lessons, workshops, and performances. Here's a performance from them titled Ayat-e Sajda. The choreographers are Kunjal Patel and Rupa Datta. Ayat Sajda is an exquisite blend of Kathak and Sufi. It's an artful contribution from the BFF choreographers. With the tone of peace and love and soulful melody, experience how these dancers bring actual sculptures to life. I bet you it's a very nice performance. to watch the next performance, which is one of its kind, a unique fusion, Indian Hmong collaboration. The choreographer for the next performance are Julia Yang and Smriti Gupta. The performance titled Charms of East Asia is one of its kind integrated performance with two similar East Asian cultures, India and Hmong. This piece will leave you amazed as the young artists cruise through each other's cultural footwork, formations, and props. And can you guess the dance forms? A semi-classical Kathak with a traditional Hmong dance. So let's get ready to experience this cross-cultural initiative. was very unique and creative. Very good, very nicely done. I'd now like to welcome Mr. Logan Hinderlitter, the Associate Director of Grants and Partnerships at the Rhode Island Council for Humanities. Mr. Logan helps facilitate the grants program and develop the Council's Humanities program. He also maintains the organization's archive and support board engagement. Mr. Logan assists in the development and implementation of special projects and grants. We are very glad to have Mr. Logan here today. Thank you.
Wow, good evening, everybody. I wish I could see everyone out in the crowd, but I was there, so I know how many of you there are. So, yes, my name is Logan Hinderlitter, and I'm the Associate Director of Grants and Partnerships at the Rhode Island Council for the Humanities, where we work to seed, support, and strengthen things like public history, cultural heritage, civic education, and community engagement all across the state of Rhode Island. So over the last few years, I've had the true pleasure of working with the India Association of Rhode Island through the Rhode Island Expansion Arts Program, which is a partnership of the Council for the Humanities with the Rhode Island State Council for the Arts, as well as the Rhode Island Foundation. And I'm really glad to be here tonight to celebrate Diwali with each and every one of you, so happy Diwali. And I want to congratulate everyone who made tonight happen, including those behind the scenes that you might not see, parents, volunteers, those who are child wrangling back behind stage. I know what that's like, so thank you. Exactly. And I want to thank especially the performers and their parents for all that they do. And we're really pleased to see the intercultural exchange, especially between the India Association of Rhode Island and the Hmong United Association of Rhode Island, and the support of Julie Yang and Nikhil Shah and Shmiti Gupta in that work. So that's all I have, and thank you, and have a good night, and happy Diwali.
Thank you, Mr. Logan, once again. So, isn't it amazing? The word Bollywood, that was originally derived from Hollywood, is now so popular and widely known globally. It makes me so proud every time I'm outside of India and non-Indians strike a conversation about Bollywood and the popularity of Bollywood dances and the stars performing them. I can remember so many instances in Europe or United States or North America for that matter, where people strike a conversation and they say, oh, Madhuri Dixit, Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan. It just amazes and amuses me at the same time, and also makes me very proud, not to mention. Our next item is a Bollywood mashup. It's presented by the Kanak Girls, and the choreographer is Kanak Girls. It's a lively and freestyle Bollywood dance performance. Let's give them a big round of applause.
दिल की पतंग
Dream Catchers. That's the name of our next performance, Sapno Ki Barat. May I please ask the audience to be quiet? Thank you. Sapno Ki Barat is choreographed by Sayani Banerjee. This is a team of strong-willed women who believe that dream is a wish your heart makes. Dreams don't become reality through magic. They take perseverance, they take determination, and they take hard work. Most of the performers in this group are performing for the first time. So let's watch their dream come true of performing. Here's to Dream Catchers. We would now like to thank our sponsors without whom this event would not have been possible. Has anybody here been involved in fundraising? Can you raise your hand, please? Yeah. So those of us who have ever done any fundraising knows what it means to have somebody who's generous enough to sponsor an event, co-sponsor an event, or help support an event such as this. The India Association of Rhode Island sponsors for 2019 are Patel Brothers, New York Life and Shova Sharma, Indian Accent Catering, Dance BFF, AccuCare. We thank all our vendors for displaying clothing, jewelry, and Indian delicacies. Please make sure to taste the delicious Indian snacks in the cafeteria following the performance. Lastly, we want to extend our special thanks to our non-profit partners, Rhode Island Hindu Temple Society. November 10th, which is coming up soon, is Rhode Island Hindu Temple's 2nd anniversary. We are so fortunate to have this right in our state. The temple is being upgraded and we all request you to please support the cause to make it a bigger and better temple. Our next performance, can I have a big round of applause and thank you for the sponsors. Our next performance is Nach Baliye, choreographed by Simple Kamal. Nach Baliye presents 3 very energetic Bhangra Jodis. So sit up straight. The Bhangra Jodis are Mithun and Simple, Ashik and Jeena, and Rajiv Poonam. Get ready to groove to their energetic performance, which I'm sure will keep all of you moving. Balle, balle.
ਹਲੇ ਤੱਕ ਚੱਲਦੇ
Tadheem. Tadheem, a confluence, is our next performance presented by the Meher Studio of Performing Arts. Tadheem is choreographed by Smriti Gupta. In harmony with Sur, which is music, Tal, which is rhythm, and Laya, which is movement, artists reflect the merger of classical and folk dances of Rajasthan. Experience the mesmerizing Kathak gestures resonating with beats of Jatiswaram in this vibrant folk drop. Please welcome Tadhim, a confluence. performance is again by Dance BFF. It's folk fusion dance choreographed by Rupa Datta and Rutuja Patel. Vithu Mauli in Maharashtra is a well-loved savior that Maharashtrians always call upon for care and comfort. This performance starts with Marathi spiritual folk dance, Mauli, which in Marathi means mother, calling Lord Vittala to take care of us, and then moves on to an energetic bhangra, romancing with Bhagwala Munde, Balle Balle. Here's to BFF, Mauli and Balle Balle. Wow. That folk dance presented by BFF went right from Maharashtra in Western India up to Punjab in Northern India. That was amazing. Can I have another round of applause, please? Before I announce the next performance, may I please request all the volunteers to line up backstage. All the volunteers, could you please line up backstage? Thank you. Our next performance is Rhode Island Divas. The choreographer for Rhode Island Divas is Aarti Nambiar, and the performance is titled Jashne Diwali. Dance is the joy of movement and heart of life. Here comes the Rhode Island Divas dancing their hearts out, soaking in the true spirit of this festive season with melodious feet tapping, Bollywood numbers, dancing divas just for you. Wow. I now request all the dancers and choreographers to please line up backstage. Dancers and choreographers, could you please line up backstage? Thank you. Can I just ask the audience to be quiet? I hear kids crying. We have our grand finale performance. We have a few things on the agenda. Could we all please try to respect the performers and the stage? Please. Thank you. Our next performance is titled Dancing Divas. The choreographer is Neha Swarup Sharma. Dancing Divas are presenting Lubhavni Lavani. Their tagline is showing something new is their game and Dancing Divas is their group name. Dancing Divas are presenting different dance forms in classical beats with a Bollywood tadka. Please give a big round of applause to the Dancing Divas. Mr. Nikhil Shah to thank all our volunteers as I call out their names. This is a very important part of our program, and I would hope that all of you would stay and have the same housekeeping rules. Do you know what people who volunteer and people who don't volunteer have in common? Both have the same amount of time. And do you know people who volunteer, what special things they have? They have a bigger heart. They really want to make a difference and they want to support. So big round of applause for our volunteers. I would now call the volunteers by their names and I request Mr. Shah to be here. Our volunteers are Rupa Datta, Rutuja Patil, Isha Maghavi, Medha Rastogi, Arish Sharma, Parag Shah, Neha Swaroop, Arti Nambiar, Prafulla Veluri, Himanshu Bhagat, Surya Kavali, Nagesh Kamsani, Ram Madhipudi, Urnamalai, Rama, Nitya, Saumya, Zakir, Amrut Patel, Vipul Shukla, Pankaj Datta, Sujata Mehta, Naresh Mehta, Sanjay Gokhale. Can I have a continued round of applause please for our volunteers? Sumita Gokhale, Deena Patel, Sachi Shah, Neepa Subramaniam, Jigisha Pathak, Rishi Gokhale, Ritsika Datta, Unmit Patel, Nitesh Sarvanam, Swarna Sen, Ravi Mehta, Ghanasham Chawda, Sekhar Popala, and Smriti Gupta, and Divya Prakash. May I now request the choreographers and dancers to join the volunteers on the stage, please, to show the strong team that presented the program today. Choreographers and dancers on the stage, please. Choreographers and dancers, can you please come on the stage? So this is the team we can all thank for today's performance. Thank you. I now request all of you to enjoy the snacks that are in the cafeteria. Thank you all so much for being the perfect audience and have a good evening. Happy Diwali.
these volunteers deserve a standing ovation. All the performers too. Thank you very much. Thanks.